Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft Season 6. Today we're starting things off at Sahara Street in Hermitville because, as many of you sent me comments about, Mumbo did indeed launch his rocket. I can't believe that worked. I had a look at Grian's crane and... oh, okay. Yeah, so when I built my Empire State Building, I had a look at Grian's crane and I saw that it was blocking Mumbo's rocket, and I was thinking, yeah, well, that's good. He's not going to launch that. But it looks like Mumbo's rocket was totally modular and just let go of that. Oh my goodness. Also, I can't help to notice that the laser beam has been redirected here. So many things has happened since I built the Empire State Building, and it felt like it was only yesterday I built it. But Grian's house has become significantly larger. He redirected the laser at my Empire State Building. Mumbo launched the rockets, but that's not the biggest thing that's happened here. I was quite shocked when I logged on to see that thing. That is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. What the heck? Oh, GoodTimesWithScar, you are a crazy, crazy mad scientist, dude. This is like the sickest looking thing I've ever seen. And pun intended, I totally mean sickest. It looks like it's gonna throw up any minute. Look at that mouth. I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but it would totally... They could totally use a mustache. Am I right? Totally, they could totally use a mustache. So to bring myself up to speed, what fully happened here? I built the Empire State Building, and it was indeed the tallest building by quite a distance. Grian then went ahead and redirected the laser, melting the top of my Empire State Building off. And I didn't realize this, but I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's the top of the building right there. So funny. That's so funny, isn't it? Yeah, it's exactly what happened with Grian's building when Scar lasered it. Look, it looks like, oh wow, I nearly died. What the heck, Swedish socks? But yeah, it's exactly what happened to Grian's build when Scar lasered it. It's like the top has fallen off and is facing downwards. That is absolutely hilarious. Grian melts my top, and of course he also then builds up his building further up. And I think as a response to that, Mumbo actually just launched his rocket, and I'm quite surprised that that thing flew. And it looks incredible with his smoke. He did a really good job at that. And then Scar, who's definitely 100% also in this competition now, makes this. And I cannot laugh. I cannot not laugh looking at this thing. It looks absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's shooting some kind of slime. Look at these bolts. And I think he's also shooting one towards Mumbo's rocket. I'm also quite curious to understand how Grian keeps adding to this build. Every time he's at the top, it feels like, yeah, that's it. You cannot possibly do anything to that because they always look like this. But he manages, somehow he manages to just expand it, and it totally works. It is very, very, very lopsided towards this way now, though. It's very, very much leading, it feels like. But it looks absolutely incredible. Anyway, with all of this going on here, we definitely need to act, because right now, I think that we're last. I think that we're last. From top to last, just like that. So I think the very first thing I should do is take a leaf out of Grian's book and redirect this laser elsewhere, because with this laser here I'm not going to be able to do much with my build. Those eyeballs look like a pretty good target from over here. Scar, you're getting your own medicine. Yes, 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 yes. The laser has been redirected straight into the eye holder string, whatever, of this monster, and that is looking pretty fantastic. That laser, Scar, it kind of backfired eventually, didn't it? I mean, look at this thing. It's gone from there to there to there and all the way back. So with that, you have to take this eye down and instead replace it with a melting function of an eye, because that seems to be the thing that we have been going with here. I mean, this laser hits and things melt down, and that looks that looks like it hurt. By my calculations, that eye flew off from the back of that and landed straight here. I mean, that makes sense. The only worry I'm having is that this seems like a really hard thing to rebuild, even this little eyepiece, because, well, Scar is just so next level with his builds. This whole thing, I mean, it's one of the most amazing Minecraft builds I've ever seen. It's so good. Yes! the eye thing totally flew off and landed right over there. So we continued the weirdness of taking the tops or whatever have you off of the builds. Can I even see from here together with the other eyeball? Because yeah, no, they should be exactly the same. So with the laser removed from our building and sadly taken out the eyeball of what even is this thing called? I mean, it's just the most weirdest thing ever. I don't even know. But anyway, with that removed, I'm gonna move to stage 2 because I'm not done. As you can see, Grian is still taller than we are, but most importantly, and yeah, by the way, I'm pretty sure that eyeball there is taller than Grian's. It is really hard to tell. It's gonna be really close, but I'm pretty sure it is. But it doesn't matter because Mumbo has reached build limit and we gotta do something about that. And my plan is kind of weird, but I think it totally makes sense. I'm actually going to refocus the top of our Empire State skyscraper into something else. And I just want to make sure, yeah, that looks pretty stable. The whole build is actually looking perfect for this next step, which is essentially including bringing this down, because yeah, if Mumbo is a build limit, I mean, it's gonna be, what else can we do? What else can we do? So I think this needs to come down, and down it shall come. And to be fair, things have been coming down before. I'm not gonna use an anvil though. I don't think an anvil would make all the sense in the world. For the rocket, I've got a better plan in mind. So I figured that rockets are usually made out of some kind of metallic thing, and because of that, they should be very affected by magnets. So I've gathered up some magnet things. I mean, what else do you need? Red terracotta and iron blocks? I mean, that should represent a magnet in Minecraft pretty well. So the plan is use this build and repurpose it from being Empire State Building Skyscraper of Doom into being Magnet Holder of Doom, because I'm gonna want a pretty large magnet here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna want a pretty large magnet sticking out of the top of this thing. And I realize I've never ever even attempted to build a magnet in Minecraft before. So this is gonna be interesting. But when I picture magnets, I'm thinking about those sort of cartoonish magnets, horseshoe magnets. I don't even know if they're used or exist in real life. I would assume they do, but I seriously don't know. And I have very little of an idea of how to build one of these things. But I guess I'm just gonna wing it. And off the top of one of these horseshoe magnets, there needs to be some metal that is actually the magnetic thing. Now, this thing alone actually gives us quite a bit of extra height to our build, which is fantastic. What the heck is skull? No way, how did I get it that wrong? Oh, give me a second. Okay, what about this? Is this correct? Yes, I think so. That looks a lot better. That looks a lot better. Turns out, magnets should be really easy to build. They're not the easiest thing in the world. But yeah, oh my goodness, that looks spectacular. Oh, that's perfect. And it actually looks like the entire building's purpose was never anything else than a magnum holder. Magnum? No, magnet. I'm losing the plot here. So I made sure to build a little bit of a sturdy holder for the magnet, because I imagine this thing to be pretty heavy, and once it gets this rocket, it's gonna be even heavier. So now what I have to do is rebuild Mumbo's rocket block by block on top of the magnet. Now technically the rocket is still Mumbo, so I wouldn't want it to face upwards, and I also think it would make sense that it faces horizontally over this magnet. It's gonna be a little bit of a tricky thing to rebuild, isn't it? Specifically in a different direction. Oh, I gotta make sure I don't make it functional. There are a few things in Minecraft that I always try and stay away from just because it really scares me. One of those things is building a flying machine. The second thing is, or another thing is, to copy something block by block. And essentially I've done both here. But I've tried to do the best I can, and yeah, that's looking pretty accurate. No, I didn't want to fall down. Yeah, I gotta say, that is looking pretty similar to Mumbo's rocket. Now, of course, I couldn't place all of the observers and those type of things in the same direction, because I also don't want this to accidentally start flying away. I guess I need a few more redstone blocks there, one redstone block there, and by the looks of things, also redstone block on the side there, but on the other side. No, on this side here. And I've also made sure to leave that broken wing out, because I just think it's hilarious that Grian tried to catch it and didn't succeed. But that is looking pretty spectacular. We got the rocket. We totally got the rocket. Yes! Yes! That is actually nailed it! That nailed it! Yes, I think. I mean, the more I look at this, the more things I want to slightly change. But the top is a little bit pressed together. I tried to make it in between the faces where it got pressed together. And yeah, the situation it's at now. But I think that looks really, really cool. It looks a little bit like an airplane when it's facing this way. So with the rocket actually down there now, this doesn't make any sense, Mumbo. You're no longer going to be at build limit. Sorry, mate. So I've taken the rocket down, and I just want to say before I take down this last trail of smoke and fire that I am quite shocked and impressed with how cool this looked with the rocket. That was, yeah, that looked really, really, really cool. But of course it doesn't make sense to have a smoke trail now that we moved the rocket. So I don't really know if that slime, whatever it is that this guy is shooting, I don't know if that counts as the tallest point, if the goal is to go tallest, because yeah, as you can see, I've taken down the smoke trail. I actually left a little bit down there because it makes sense that it's once been launched and it's kind of lingering, but I don't know if that counts as to the tallest. And I just had a thought. What have I done? What have I done? Seriously? No, keep with me here. This is so stupid. So Scar's build is 196 on the y-axis. Grian's tower is 186 plus 4, so 190. And I guess Mumbo, because this is Mumbo's rocket. This is not my build. It's 182, which leaves me... That leaves me here, 179. I just shot myself in the foot, didn't I? Because honestly, how on earth would I continue this build? Oh, why do I keep doing these things? I can't build anything on top of this now. I gotta get rid of that rocket. And also, like I said, I mean, it's only fair that this is still Mumbo's height. So I'm still last. I spent all this time and I'm still last. All in all though, this looks absolutely chaotic. And I gotta say, like, this place, Hermitville, is just... it's just the weirdest thing I've ever seen. But anyway, with that done, I'm gonna have to think about how I continue that build, because that's gonna be really, really tough. I'm gonna head back to our island now though, because I have something that I want to show you guys. And that is this thing here. This is a rebuild of the Super Smelter or Mega Smelter. Yeah, let's be honest, it's my build, so it's not a Super Smelter, it's a Mega Smelter that I built in the last episode. And I basically, for those of you who didn't see, I had a separate video out where I built this version in a tutorial. Instead of having one bamboo farm that is providing it with fuel, I decided that I'm gonna have two because I mean, it's cooler and it's going to provide more fuel quicker. So this thing is actually now fully functional and it is such a joy to use. And what I want to show you, because everything is now linked up, so these here are actually not doing anything because our fuel supply is completely full. And the little perk difference that I have from the one that I did in our tutorial is that I have 2 hoppers per furnace. So I actually have 10 stacks of bamboo backlogged, and I think that's important in case you want to do a bigger batch job, because as we know, or as we learned, bamboo is really bad at smelting things. I mean, you need 4 bamboo sticks to smelt down 1 leaf of kelp. That's pretty ridiculous. But anyway, let's give this a test. So at the moment I'm still struggling with the timings because the server from one day to the other is different, has different lags, so that's a little bit of an issue. But if we put the kelp in here, we should see these start up immediately. Yeah, there they go. And I don't know what it is. I just love watching this thing. And as I said, I did a separate tutorial. I'm not very good at doing tutorials, but I did a separate tutorial in case you want to do this in your own world. The thing that makes this thing so good is the fact that I never ever have to care about fuel. It's just, yeah, it's just refueling. And of course, I mean, as the guy with the black eyes will tell you, this thing is ridiculously fast. Look at this. That's already 2 stacks of dried kelp. Now, I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with the delivery system. I saw a lot of suggestions of making a bubble vader come back right up to where you're standing. I really like that idea because it's not going to slow down the process. You can transport stuff in bubble vaders really quick. So yeah, but for now, I just really like to come down. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I tried to ignore him, but for now, I just like to come down here and just get the items, like, yeah, spitting at me like this. I think is really, really cool. I also got a lot of comments saying I should just use Mumbo Smelter. He has 3 of them. But in all seriousness, I live 10,000 blocks away from any civilization. I don't think it's going to be much of a super smelter. Even if I use a super smelter, if I have to travel back to the Hermitland, smelt, and then come back here, that's kind of inefficient, and I really want to be self-sustainable on the island. I've also done a little bit of stuff inside our rocket factory. Not too much, but I've started the interior. I installed a glass here, and I think it's really cool. We now have a lever to turn the sugarcane farm on with sugarcane machine. It's so loud, though. I then wired that to go all the way over this way and then end up in a barrel over here. And then this is the gunpowder from our creeper farm, which I actually had to split because the creeper farm will, of course, have some other stuff that it's producing, such as string, or mainly string. It also produces some arrows and some bones, just because spider jokers will spawn. Now, a lot of you guys suggested that I could block spider spawns, but I find it quite convenient to have this amount of string. Specifically since I happened to get a message the other day from a certain Concorp member saying, I need a lot of string. Do you know anyone who sells it? Because Impulse hasn't stocked his shop. Now, if that's not a business opportunity for Sahara, then I don't know what is. We definitely have to add another item for Sahara. So I'm going to pack all of this string up, and then I think we're going to head back to the Hermit Lands. I have to say, this storage situation that I have here on the island is absolutely ridiculous. I really can't stand living like this in Minecraft. I mean, I don't know anyone who enjoys having well, maybe actually Grian still has no storage system, does he? He just has a lot of chests, but I can't handle it. It's just too much. I'm trying to get some shulker boxes for the string, and it's just taking me too long. It's just, yeah, I definitely need to focus a few episodes on building a proper storage system. I got a pretty cool idea for building the storage system that I'm using currently in the lab and taking that to the next level. I got a few improvements that we can make to that, and I think that's what I want to do. I really do need a better tunnel back and forth to my island base, because every time I fly here, I almost die. And yeah, there are ghasts. It's an absolute pain to fly back and forth. And this is such a long distance. I definitely need to work on this. This is probably going to be one of those things that I do make a stream project of. So once again, make sure if you don't want to miss anything, that you do follow me on my Twitch channel as well. And that is string stocked in the system. We really need to do a lot of work here to get around easier, and also install an auto restocker, which is actually something we have planned. So I'm really excited about that. I should definitely shoot a message over to the tech lead, Mumbo, and see when he has time to do that. Possibly something we can do in a Mumbo and iskall stream, by the way. So I decided 5 stacks per diamond is probably a pretty good price for string. And with that all done, I should probably make a test order just to make sure that this thing is actually functional. So let's do that. And despite it being a bit slow at the moment, I quite enjoy just seeing this thing work. I mean, I just can't personally get enough of seeing that things happen in the background in Minecraft. I just think it's the coolest thing ever. Did I get my receipt? I got my receipt. Okay, the receipts are quick, as we know, with the water stream. Yes, yes, yes. And there we have it. All the string. Ah, no one saw that. This module needs refining. I mean, it definitely needs refining. Oh my goodness, look at this. We've actually made some sales at Sahara. We have made 28 diamonds in total. Some people leave their receipts here, which is fine. You can leave your receipt, but you can also just pick them up and carry them with you and have them as a souvenir. The cool thing with Sahara as well is the fact that we can actually track what we've sold. So those diamonds, the 28 in total, comes from these purchases here, minus the string, because that was my test order. So at the moment, the beacons seem to be selling, which is good. We aren't selling as many rockets as I thought. Golden Cares is definitely a thing, because Impulse hasn't restocked that in ages. And yeah, I mean, all in all, that's a pretty good sign, and we gotta just keep adding adding stock to Sahara. I also want to leave a message to Scar, who was the Concorp member that asked for string, that we have now stocked it. But I mean, this base is so ridiculously gorgeous. I can't believe how cool this is looking. Oh, it's just a joy to see. And his nether portal is probably my favorite thing. The nether portal in that mountain like that. It's so cool. Or in volcano. Anyway, where would I leave this sign? Scar, where's your fart room? Where do you fart? Where do you have your storage? Pirate cows? And a sheep. Just random. While this base is absolutely incredible and looks so amazing, I have no idea where I should place down the signs. I don't know where his fart room is. So I guess what we should do is just go over the top. I heard Sahara is now selling string. Shop at Sahara. I heard that Sahara is now selling string. Shop at Sahara. Sahara sells sand and string. Sahara plus string. Now a thing. Shop at Sahara. String question mark? Shop at Sahara. Sahara is totally stocked with string. Shop at Sahara. So I really do hope that Scar get the message. Yes, the messages. The messages. Anyway, this base looks absolutely incredible. It's just such a... I could just fly around here all day, to be honest. It's absolutely incredible. I'm losing my words, that's how good it is. But I really hope that you guys have enjoyed the episode, because that's gonna do it for today. If you did enjoy it, make sure to hit the like button down below. And once again, I do stream a lot of Hermitcraft at the moment, so do consider giving me a follow over on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/iskall85, in case you don't want to miss those streams. And of course, if you're brand new here on the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you dudes in the next episode.